Tell us a little bit about how you put together the effects for the latest Hobbit movie.
Well, if you want to start with Smaug, who's apparently I'm told that's the correct pronunciation, we started working with Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict performed the character for us. And, you know, rather than doing a typical voice in a booth kind of thing that you will do with animated characters, with Benedict, we put him in a motion capture suit. We tried to get what his physical presence was going to be, what his body performance was. And we took that idea and we translated it into the character, the dragon character of Smaug.
Joe, I got to ask you, what is a motion capture suit?
Well, a motion capture suit is where we marker up an actor and we try to record their movements. What we're really doing is trying to kind of get the essence of their performance and figure out, you know, why when you see this actor, like in this case Benedict on a small stage, giving you this very moving performance, what makes that tick and how do we turn that into a big dragon?
What did you do for Avatar? That's another movie that you've worked on.
Avatar was the effects supervisor for Avatar as well. My role as senior visual effects supervisor on these films is to create anything that's not real. So if you can imagine it but you can't do it physically, unlike the bit that you just saw with John, then it's up to me to create it.
Now, you've also made a, what, 25-foot gorilla?
We did King Kong, exactly. That was, you know, Peter's lifelong dream was to bring King Kong back to the screen because he was a big fan of the original, you know, as was I. But, you know, Peter, that was his passion. And so we brought Kong to life.
Or bringing Kong to life, would that be done the same way today, or would that all be digitally created inside of a computer?
Well, the Kong that you see that we did in 2005, he was a completely digital character. And again, we used this idea of performance capture. We worked with Andy Serkis, who did the same thing for us with creating Gollum for Lord of the Rings. And he performed Kong, and then we turned him into the creature that you see on the screen.
And you also worked on Lord of the Rings. That was in 2003, right, Joe?
That's right. I joined Peter to actually work on Gollum, to try to create that character, because at the time, doing a character in a computer was kind of a new thing. We weren't sure how well it could be done. We'd seen creatures before then. You know, I'd worked on Jurassic Park and you know, had a hand in creating those dinosaurs, but a character that had to perform and engage audiences was something new. But we were fortunate to work with Andy and coming up with this mix of, you know, not only technology, but the heart, the artistry that brings a character to life.
Joe, is there any character that you have yet to bring to life that you look forward to?
There's going to be some new ones in the third Hobbit film, which you'll see coming out in December of this year.
Can you give us an idea of whether they are creatures with, what, 4 legs, 2 legs, wings? Give us a little detail.
I think you'll see a large variety, Pim, but I can't say much more than that right now.
Did you grow up loving dinosaurs?
Oh, absolutely. I remember drawing them as a kid, so when I got a chance to work on Jurassic Park, that was kind of a dream job.
Joe, what would you recommend for anybody that wants to get into this business? What are some of the steps they need to undertake?
Study hard, because there's no one way to get into it. I mean, my entry was actually through math and science. I was just sort of interested in what makes things real and what, you know, photography, what makes things appear real. And an interest in computers just gradually led into working in this medium and kind of trying to develop it to tell these stories.
Joe, who do you believe is going to win the Special Effects Academy Award this year?
You know, Pim, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, but I'm not going to say anything on that one.
Oh, that must mean you're a voting member of the Academy.
Well, yes, I am, actually, yes.
All right. And did you happen to like Gravity?
I love Gravity. It was a fantastic film. I love space movies, so there's, you know, really, they could do no wrong with that one.
Did you notice that there was anything inaccurate about the movie? Not that that affects the overall enjoyment.
No, not really. They held to the accuracy pretty well. I really have no complaints about it.